Everyone. Today's topic is a really important one, and it's something that maybe a lot of people aren't aware of or don't have enough information on. So, today we are going to be talking around post separation abuse. So, people maybe are under the impression that once you're away from your abuser, it's over. That if you move on, you move out of the house, you move to a different city, or whatever the case may be, that you've separated, it's over. And often that is not the case because it really depends on the relationship, how long you've been together. Are you married? Do you have children together? Do you share assets like a house or something like that? So there's a lot of things that can determine that. But in a lot of cases, post separation abuse continues where your abuser still wants to have that control over you, and they still want to try and exert dominance and control you in any way possible, just make things difficult for you. Um, so, what I'd like to do today is go through a couple of types of post separation abuse, go through them one by one, talk about what they are, a couple of examples of how they might manifest, and just give you an overview of what to expect and, really get you at that point that you're prepared for these kind of things. So, with that being said, let's jump into it. I'm going to start with legal abuse. So, this will come about if there's any legal hearings, divorce hearings, financial hearings, child hearings, non molestation hearings, criminal hearings, anything where court is involved or solicitors are going to have to get involved. Now, what you'll find most likely from your abuser is they will try and drag everything out. They will not reply to things on time. They'll reply with half answers. They won't submit proper documents. Um, they will really, really make it legally as terrible as possible for you. Drive the costs up for you of solicitors that you have to get, and really just make the legal process terrible. Obviously, during the legal processes, like if you go to hearings, they'll be lying, they'll be coming with stories, they'll turn everything they did to you to say you did it to them. It's just a ongoing form of abuse and control. They can't get to you physically anymore, so they want to try and do these things to just still have control over you. And the problem with post separation abuse in general is that this can go on for years afterwards. So it's really important to know about it. Second topic I want to talk about is financial abuse. Now, again, this can take very many forms. So you might move out of the house, but you still have to pay your money because you've got to pay for the lifestyle, or you've got to pay for the rent, etc., of where your maybe wife or kids or girlfriend or partner are living. So they could still be taking way too much money. They could be setting up debit orders in your name. They could, they might have your credit card still at the house because you couldn't take it when you left. They might run that up. Again, back to the legal thing, they'll try and push your finances by making you spend extra on solicitors, for example. So, any financial abuse that they can get. And when it comes to that kind of trying to drive your costs up and things, the idea behind that is they think that if they can get you to spend more and more and more, you'll be in a weaker position to defend yourself against them because maybe you then can't afford a solicitor or something like that. Topic 3 is stalking and harassment. So, you might have moved out. They might harass you. They might bombard you with messages. They might show up where you're living. They might show up at your work because, it's to them, it's very much a case of it's over when I say it's over, not when you say it's over. So they might harass you, bombard you with messages, bombard you with emails, block them on anything you can, but they'll still find a way to get through. But the more you can block, the better. Remove them from all your social media, change your passwords to things. And with the stalking, they do stalk you. I mean, they will, have people follow you, have people who are near you or work with you report back to them. You might go away for the weekend years after your relationship, and they'll know where you went. They know where you stayed. Be aware of it. Keep an eye out for things like that. Make sure with all of these things you making notes of when this happens. Keep a journal of kind of incidents. Even though it's not abuse that's happening currently and you're in a relationship, it's still abuse. and you should really keep all the details of that. I'll put a link in the description below. There's a journal that I've made for this, specifically for capturing these kind of incidents, so have a look at that if you want. It's on Amazon. Right, big topic, using children as pawns. So if you have children with your abuser, that is going to be a big, big, big thing that they use. They could deny you access, parental alienation, get the kids to say things to you, try and manipulate you using the kids, play on the fact that you want the kids to have the best in life to try and get more money, or whatever the case may be. So children are a big, big part of it. Obviously, you're going to have to end up going to court hearings for proper child orders and things like that. If they deny you access to your kids, you're going to have to fight to get custody or access of them. And then obviously all the things like legal abuse, financial abuse, etc. will come back into that. So very similar to when you're in a relationship with an abuser. They have multiple tools that are covered in one of my previous videos. They don't just use one of them. They use multiple of the tools at the same time. And it's the same with post-separation abuse. They'll use all these things, in conjunction when they can. So another one let's look at is threats and intimidation. You will get threatened a lot. So if you don't give me all of your money, I will do this. If you don't come back, I will do this. If I'm going to tell your work that you were an abuser, so you lose your job. There'll be lots of threats, and very similar to during the relationship, you'll hear the word if a lot. So if you don't do this, I will do this. Or if you do this, I will do this. And also intimidation, like things like threatening you that they're going to get people to come and beat you up, kill you, whatever the case may be. Lots of threats. They're in a rage because you've left them and they want that control back. Who are you to leave them? So they will really, really go all out on this. And the last topic I want to cover for this video is cyber abuse. It's, in this day and age, a lot of stuff happens online. You've got emails, you've got social media accounts, you've got all these kind of things. Protect yourself, change your passwords, put on two-factor authentication. You will find that probably while you were being abused, they had access to all of these things anyway, either without you knowing or they forced you to give them access. So change all your passwords, put the verification on. You will probably get a lot of emails saying like, someone try to log into your Facebook account, someone try to log into your Instagram account. They will try and do anything they can to get information about you. And, it's part of stalking. They'll try and stalk you through your own emails. What are you buying? Where are you going? Are you booking trips? Who are you talking to? So cyber abuse is a big one. Block them on everything, but they will make accounts to stalk you anyway. They will get friends to stalk you. They'll get other people to follow you and report back on what you're doing. So that is just a big one to watch out for. So to summarize, there's a lot more here and there's a lot more detail. It's a very, very big topic. I more just wanted to point out kind of the high levels of, these things can happen afterwards. So bear it in mind, be prepared for it, learn about these topics, read books, watch YouTube videos, attend classes, join support groups. These things happen. And it's very, very difficult to kind of prove these, or not prove them, but, get anything done about it. If you go to the police and say, oh, someone's, saying if I don't give them money, they're not going to let me see my kids, it's going to end up having to go to court and it's going to have to go through all of that, which takes time. So, keep the journals of it because that will help you later down the line when you're filing for like a non-molestation order, or you go to court for, financial hearings or child hearings or whatever the case may be. But, for them, just understand that for them, they want that control still. They had full control over you when they were abusing you. You've moved away or separated, and they've lost that control, and they will do anything to keep control over that. And as you start taking more control away, you'll see that their attempts at keeping control are really pathetic. It'll be like you send them a message or something like that about something important that they have to do as part of maybe like a court thing or whatever, around children or anything. And they'll wait till the last possible second to reply to you because that's their control, that they know they're keeping you waiting. It's really sad. It happens all the time. It's a massive topic. I am thinking about making my next book about this because it is such a huge topic and so many people have suffered with massive post-separation abuse, equally as bad as the abuse they suffered in the relationship. So it's really something worth learning about. Hopefully this video has helped you just understand what's out there and what's happening. There's lots of good resources online. If you want to understand the tools and techniques abusers use during and after, grab my books. They're on Amazon. They cover all of these things. But please subscribe to the video. Please learn these things. Keep yourself safe. That's always the most important thing, is to keep yourself safe and stay strong.